24, count them, 24 years old this year. That's Atomic Kitten and Whole Again. Anyway, good morning and welcome to Tuesday, 25th of March, which means it's just about 1 month now till Easter. And while you ponder that, let me welcome you to the second hour of the Night Cruise, your one-stop shop for the best 90s and noughties romance, relaxing and chill tracks anywhere on the radio. And the good news, even though we're into the second hour, the best of the show is yet to come, because as well as the music, you're just in time to join in on our Love Lyrics game. Now, if you're new to this parish, I suppose I'd better tell you how Love Lyrics works and what you could bag for yourself if you decide to get involved. You see, here in front of me, I've got some lyrics from a famous 90s or noughties romance or relaxing song, which I'm going to read out to you very shortly. And your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to guess the song the lyrics belong to. Get it right, and you could win yourself the mind-altering prize of a possible shout-out on the radio. Get it wrong, and I'm afraid I will have to hold you back for detention and some lines after the show. So, without any further ado, let me run this week's Love Lyrics by you. Ready? Here they are. If you walk my way, I could keep my head. We could creep away in the dark, or maybe not. We could shoot it down anyway. So, if you think you know what song those love lyrics come from and fancy a shot at winning yourself a name check on the radio, then why not send your answer in via WhatsApp or text to 086 206 8888. That's 086 206 8888, and tell me what song these lyrics come from. If you walk my way, I could keep my head. We could creep away in the dark, or maybe not. We could shoot it down anyway. And if you've got no idea the song those lyrics come from, then you could also have a shot at joining our Midnight Messers. You know, those wonderful people who send in the most ridiculous song titles they can think of. And if your silly suggestion makes the studio team smile, you might just get yourself a partial name check on the radio in a bit. It's the Night Cruise on Freedom FM, where lots of you wonderful night owls have been in touch with your answers for this morning's Love Lyrics game. The game where you're challenged to tell me what song a certain set of lyrics come from. And this morning, the lyrics I asked you to guess at are: if you walk my way, I could keep my head. We could creep away in the dark, or maybe not. We could shoot it down anyway. Now, I'll be honest, because many of you have been on telling me that this week's love lyrics are kind of hard and asking me for a clue, which I will tell you right after we give a tip of the hat to our Midnight Messers, those wonderful people who send in some ridiculous answers in exchange for a partial name check. So, let's start by saying hello to Rory, who got in touch from Bray, who says, Fergs, am I correct in thinking that this week's love lyrics don't come from Tony, Basil and Mickey? Well, you are correct, Rory. Now, our next messer is Callum, who's in the Liberties this morning, and he goes with Gary Newman and Cars. I remember that song, Callum. You know what? He's on tour in Europe at the moment. Now, our final Midnight Messer for this morning is Leona in Malahide, who says, Fergs, aren't this week's love lyrics not from the late, great Buster Poindexter and Hot, Hot, Hot? Well done, Leona. They aren't. Anyway, it's 086 206 8888 on WhatsApp or text if you're able to tell me what song these love lyrics come from. If you walk my way, I could keep my head. We could creep away in the dark, or maybe not. We could shoot it down anyway. And the clue? Well, she's an Irish singer, and in one of the videos to this song, she's singing it in the snug in Dick Mack's pub in Dingle. Reliving the 90s and the noughties, this is Freedom FM's Night Cruise, where I was just looking back in our big book of stuff that happened back in the 90s and noughties, and specifically, I was taking a peek at July 2010, and I can tell you that back in that hot summer, we were all in the cinema watching Inception. A very small English group was put together on The X Factor, and they went on to become One Direction. Sherlock made its debut on the TV, and Bruno Mars released Just the Way You Are. This is Freedom FM's Night Cruise, and on the way after one, we'll be catching up with this morning's Essential Beats live from New York. But before that happens, I want to get back to this week's Love Lyrics game, where a short time ago, I read out these lyrics from a famous 90s or noughties song. If you walk my way, I could keep my head. We could creep away in the dark, or maybe not. We could shoot it down anyway. And I asked you to tell me what song those lyrics come from. Now, the good news is, after the clue I gave you, loads of you got this one correct. The bad news is, thanks to the rather strange and crappy text computer here in the studio, I can only see 4 names on the screen at any one time, which means I can only say good morning and well done to Alice Lowy, who got in touch from Artane, Cora Sampson, who sent her answer in from Stony Batter, Adam Waller, who's in Rathdrum, and Joe MacDonald, who reached out from Cork, who, along with so many of you, correctly said that this week's love lyrics come from... before I tell you, can I ask you to do me a favour? If you enjoyed playing love lyrics, then please tell a friend and come back next Tuesday morning just after midnight when we'll do it all over again. As for this week, the love lyrics come from Lisa Hannigan and...
I don't know.
That's the phrase in How to Save a Life on the Night Cruise from Freedom FM, and that song tells me that is all the mess I can make of your radio for this morning. Thank you for your company. Both you and your messages made the show as they always do. Now, listen up, because I got to tell you that your friend and mine, Mike O'Brien, will have your breakfast at 8, and before him, Alan will do the 2000 Freedom Years at 7. As for me, I'll be back in a few hours' time at 11 p.m. tonight with another night cruise when we'll have a go at some Tuesday shifting and a few rounds of the triple threat game as well. So until then, thank you for your time this time, and until next time, take care of yourselves and, of course, each other.